everybody, and welcome to VINMAN 900 Review. Hello everybody, and welcome back to the final installment of the VINMAN 900 Reviewing Home Alone series. Well, we took a look at Home Alone 1, which was amazing. Then we took a look at Home Alone 2, which was, okay. Then we took a look at Home Alone 3, which was a pile of shit. Then we took a look at Home Alone 4, which was a pile of shit. Then we took a look at Home Alone 5, which was honestly not as bad as you'd expect a Home Alone 5 to be, but still a pile of shit. Now, will there finally be a Home Alone sequel that doesn't suck? I guess we'll just have to watch in order to find out. Can't be as bad as Home Alone 4, right? You guys, I don't know what to say. Home Sweet Home Alone is... I can't even put words into it. This movie was horrendous. Let's just get this over with. Home Sweet Home Alone. So this movie begins with the new worst Home Alone opening title sequence. Already, it's done something worse than Home Alone 4. It manages to make an opening title sequence worse than Home Alone 4. That's not a good sign on your behalf. Alright, so we're introduced to two of the main characters, Pam and Jeff, who are trying to sell their house for financial reasons. We then cut to the lead of the movie, Max. And before we go any further, I just gotta get this off my chest, the kid is doing a pretty good job. He has to use the bathroom, so they stop at Pam and Jeff's house to use the bathroom.
Wow, you're so tall. You almost look like Frankenstein. Oh, little boy doesn't want to share his dolly? I get it. You're one of those guys.
What do you mean?
I don't know. You tell me.
And immediately he starts being a dick. So Max points out an ugly doll that's inside one of the boxes. And the mother explains that the doll is actually worth a lot of money.
And then it ended up going for about 5,000.
Oh yeah, I can't wait to go home and share one toilet with 9 blooming cousins.
This is supposed to be the Kevin of the movie, right?
What is with you today?
Take a guess.
You know what? How's about we just spend Christmas in Tokyo without you?
Oh, that sounds great. Where do I sign up?
No McDonald's for you on the way home.
Mum?
That's it. The kid is already, just lost it. It's like, now, it's like, wow. It's just like, wow. This is the big fallout. We're not even 5 minutes in. And the mom and son have already had their big fallout. In the first movie, it was a gradual buildup. The kids were bullying him. The whole family was treating him like shit. They called him a disease and everything, and the parents didn't do anything. It's understandable why Kevin would want to stay home alone then. Here, it's just like, you're not getting McDonald's. I hate you. I hope you die. No buildup, no conflict, just, you're not getting what you want, and then the kid is like, I hope you disappear. So the mom and son head back home and their house is crowded.
Can I have a go?
Home.
Oh, I'm sick of this bullshit.
That's it. The kid is just a brat in this movie. That's it. The kid is literally, all he is in this movie is a brat. In the previous movie, like I mentioned before, it was a gradual buildup. You understand why Kevin would want to spend Christmas all alone. But here, it's just like, oh, the house is crowded, I just want to be alone. Nobody's mean to you the whole time. It's just, you don't like a lot of people in the house. That's it. That's it. And that's why you want to be home alone. So the kid goes to the garage and sits inside of the film's product placement so he could watch a movie. He falls asleep in the car to move the plot along, and then we come back to Pam and Jeff where we meet their extended family. These are the wet bandits of the movie, right? We cut back to Pam and Jeff laying in bed, and Jeff is looking on eBay and notices that the doll he has is actually worth a lot of money. So he goes to look for it, and then realizes that the doll is missing. He then assumes that the kid stole the doll. The next morning, he rushes over to their house so he can question them about the doll. But the family is already leaving to go on vacation.
Hey, Bethany, is this a good time for a selfie in front of an Uber?
Hashtag ill-judged.
So Jeff hears one of the relatives saying the alarm code for the house. He then has to go to a Christmas caroling session or some shit and perform Rudolph with his wife.
Your way of handling it was breaking and entering.
Just entering. I had the key.
It's still against the law, Jeff.
Like a light bulb.
Oh my gosh, this is so terrible.
Well, good.
Like Pinocchio.
Yo.
So they come up with a plan to steal the doll back from the bratty kid to take back what's rightfully theirs so they can support their family. Wait, what?
Okay, just
Look, I know that you want to save the day because you feel bad about losing your job.
This is Home Alone. You're not supposed to make the villains sympathetic. They aren't even villains by this point. They're not villains at all. They're just a married couple trying to support their family, and take back what's rightfully theirs. So Max wakes up and has the obligatory Home Alone montage sequence. He looks through his sister's diary, plays video games, puts on his parents' clothes for some reason, and tries to look up porn.
Alright, Internet. Show me your worst. Well played, Mum and Dad.
Okay, that's funny. So then we cut back to Pam and Jeff.
I'll tell you what I am gonna give you, Snakes. I'm gonna give you to the count of 10 to get your ugly, yellow, no good
Oh,
keister.
this is garbage. I don't know why they were always trying to remake the classics. Never as good as the originals.
So then we cut back to Pam and Jeff, and Pam is just looking around the house and having some cute Christmas memories with her family. Really? This is where they decide to put the Somewhere in My Memory background music in? In the first film, it was like a half hour into the... not even that. It was like at the end of the movie, and he missed his family. It was like, I want my family back. But here it's just like we're... What? Let me see. How long are we in? We're less than a half hour in, and already there's some sort of stupid, crying, emotional bullshit, and it's not even about the kid. It's about the villains of the movie. In fact, that's not true. They're not villains. They're a married couple that are just taking back what's theirs. If the kid is not even the focus of the movie, then it's already... It has no reason to exist. There goes most of the point of it being a Home Alone movie. So they try breaking into the house, but it looks like Jeff over here is trying to win an award of stupidest character ever seen in a motion picture. He forgets literally one of the simplest alarm codes ever.
Code!
1112.
1112, brilliant!
Well, that's a bad code.
I immediately hate all life. So Pam and Jeff gossip to each other about finding the doll, except they refer to the doll as the ugly boy, which leaves Max to believe that they're actually trying to kidnap him and sell him to a bunch of old ladies.
All we have to do is find that ugly little boy, and then some crazy old lady will pay us $200,000 for him. 200 grand.
But then the cops arrive at the house, and you'll never guess who the officer for this movie is. Literally, you're not gonna guess because they literally advertised it in every single trailer for this damn movie.
Evening.
Oh my god, they brought back Buzz! I both love and hate this so much! Buzz was one of the coolest and funniest parts of the original Home Alone movies. And in this movie, he's pretty good. For the literal 2.5 minutes he's in it, yep, they did everything that they could to make sure you saw this scene in the trailer. All the trailers for this movie, every trailer, all the trailers for this damn movie had the scene with Buzz in it. And it was played as like, oh my god, Buzz is here. And the way how he's presented, they make it seem to you as if, oh my god, he's gonna play a big part. But no, he's only in 2 scenes, and he barely adds anything. Alright, needless to say, Pam and Jeff get off the hook and Buzz lets them go. But then Max realizes that maybe calling the cops isn't such a good idea after all.
Whoa. Are you saying your parents left you home alone?
Why did you have to open your big mouth?
Maybe the police is a bad idea.
Well, I'll give him 1 point for at least trying to make sense of why he doesn't just call the cops. After that, Max is starting to second guess his wishes of being home alone.
This whole house to myself thing might not have been the best idea, Homebot.
Already? Again? They rushed another major plot thread that makes it a Home Alone movie. We're only 35 minutes in, and he's already having second thoughts about being home alone. This movie literally misses the entire... It literally misses the mark on what makes Home Alone Home Alone. It's so bad that you can't comprehend it. So maybe it's awesome. Maybe I'm the dumb one. Maybe this movie is a masterpiece. Maybe I am just completely stupid and this is the best Home Alone movie ever. Fuck it being just the best Home Alone movie. Maybe this is just the best movie ever made. We've come to the conclusion that Home Sweet Home Alone is the single greatest movie I've ever made. So then we cut back to the mother who's trying to get back home to save her son. We then cut back to Buzz who's getting a disturbance call about a child being left home alone.
We had a call about a minor when Maxwell Mercer, parents were on vacation. I think he might have been left behind.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. You can ignore that. That is a prank call. Over.
Prank call?
Yep. When I was a kid, my family went on vacation. We forgot my little brother Kevin twice. He called in the 289 to mess with me. The idiot does it every year.
Does that mean we're gonna get a Macaulay Culkin cameo in this movie? Is Kevin gonna make an appearance? Well, sorry about that. We then cut back to Pam and Jeff, who are at church. But then Max goes to the church and notices all the Toys for Charity stuff that they're doing.
Can I help you? Oh, yes. Can I get a shopping cart, please? Shopping cart.
Wow. They're trying to make this the single worst Home Alone movie ever made, aren't they? This kid is literally more of a brat than the kid from Home Alone 4. So he ends up getting a water gun because his parents abandoned him. We then cut back to Pam and Jeff, who are trying to climb a wall so that they can break into the house. Look, Jeff farts in Pam's face. It's funny because it came from his butt. It's funny. Laugh. Laugh at the joke! But then they realize that they tried to break into the wrong house. After that, they make plans to break into the kid's house, and then the kid overhears their plans, and then he starts preparing for battle. Meanwhile, the mother is trying to head back home.
Sorry, am I looking at your screen? Yes. Oh, okay. I didn't even realize I'm doing it. Sorry, you're doing it again. I'm still doing it? Yes. I just can't help it.
So that night, the kid starts preparing for battle. But remember the first movie where he only iced the stairs to the front door? Well, in this movie, he ices the entire street. So Pam and Jeff crash their car. And then we get to the booby traps, and they're not funny at all. But not for the reason you think. You see, in the first film, Kevin was just defending his house from a bunch of burglars that wanted to break into his house, rob him, and possibly murder him. It was funny. You wanted to see these guys get beat up. But here, the villains are so sympathetic by this point. Like, all they're trying to do is get something that belongs to them back from the kid because the kid stole it from them, and it's worth a lot of money, so they could sell it so that they could provide for their family. So when you see them getting beat up, it's not funny. It's just sad. I mean, don't get me wrong. The traps are good in this movie. They have impact. They're funny. You want to laugh at them, but you just can't because of the context of the movie. You don't want to see these guys get beat up. You just want to see them live happy lives. Pam and Jeff are more like the anti-heroes in this movie. The kid is the villain. The only reason why we should root for him is, one, he's a kid, and that's it. He's just a kid. But even then, the kid is a jerk, so why should you root for him? This misses the entire mark of Home Alone. So Jeff gets into the house and Max shoots him in the face with a pool ball. Jesus Christ! After Jeff is knocked out, Max puts a VR headset on him.
What is this? Ah, okay. I'm okay. I have all my parts.
That's not how VR works. When you have a VR headset on, you cannot see your hands with the clothes that you are currently wearing. It's not a camera. This movie could not be more stupid, nonsensical, pointless, ridiculous, and unnecessary, even if they f***ing tried. So Pam tries to open the front door, but unknowingly starts bashing Jeff's head.
There's something blocking the door! Honey.
He's hurting me, Pam.
Me too, baby.
Why is he doing this to us, Pam?
That's not funny. It's not funny. Like, with again, with the context of this movie, that's not funny. It's played off as a joke. Like, ha ha ha, they're crying. It's not funny. It's just sad. So we get more and more traps, and then this happens. Jesus Christ, this kid's a monster! So Pam and Jeff have Max cornered.
You picked the wrong mom to mess with.
Okay, that's funny. And they demand he returns the doll. Only to find out...
That? I didn't steal that. I'm 10 years old. Why on earth would I want a doll?
Oh no.
So everything I said about him is wrong. So after they realize that he's home alone and doesn't have the doll, they then come to the conclusion that they need to reconcile. They decide to bring him home and take care of him until his mom returns. Wait, what?
Sweetie, come here. You're safe now. We'll take care of you, okay?
Oh my God! Wow! You know what? Who thought that this was the right way to do a Home Alone movie? Who thought, hey, I'm gonna make Home Alone 6. Let's make the villain sympathetic. And let's make the kid not even the main character of the movie. At this point, it's not even Home Alone anymore. Why did they even think it was a good idea to make a 6th Home Alone in the first place? So Pam and Jeff find out that their nephew or whatever stole the doll, and then they get it back, and then the mom and son reunite, and then they have themselves a happy ending. And then they cut to 1 year later, where now they're celebrating Christmas with Pam and Jeff instead of their family. Wow. Wow! This movie literally said, f*** the family, f*** what made Home Alone, Home Alone. You know, f*** that, f*** the premise, okay? Forget about, oh, family matters. Yeah, make it so that the people who broke into your house, those are the people you have to spend Christmas with. Why? A Home Alone movie should not have the child and his family celebrating Christmas with the people who tried breaking into his house. You had the balls to have them have dinner at the end of the movie? What's the point of making the movie if you're not even gonna focus on what makes it a Home Alone movie? Disney, you had one job, make a Home Alone movie, but no, you had to make the villain sympathetic. You had to rush the story about the kid, and I hate you all! I hate you all! I hate you all! Ooh, look at me, I'm Bob Iger. I don't understand a single thing about Home Alone, but I'm gonna make a Home Alone movie anyway! And what's worse, we never got a Macaulay Culkin cameo! Rape my childhood! Yeah, that's a good idea! Rape my childhood! I'll kill you! I'll kill you all! And that was Home Alone 6. How the f*** do you think it was? Easily the worst Home Alone movie I have ever seen. Actually, that's an understatement. Home Sweet Home Alone is the worst movie I've ever seen. I'd rather roll around in the piss, blood, and vomit of an Ebola patient than watch this movie again. If there was such thing as cinematic crime, Disney would be guilty for the Home Alone franchise into the ground. This movie is so bizarre in its existence, especially when you consider the fact that it's the 6th installment to the Home Alone franchise. And with that said, it's not even a Home Alone movie. They try to push the concept of the bad guys being sympathetic, but they do it so much to the point where I don't even think it's right calling these people bad guys. And yes, this movie is worse than Home Alone 4, because even though Home Alone 4 failed at the acting, the camera work, the lights, the quality of the video, the acting, the jokes, the acting, the actors, Michael Weinberg, the acting, it at least succeeded at having a Home Alone story. This movie is not Home Alone. And after watching this movie, for the first time in a Home Alone sequel, I wasn't just mad. I was not just enraged. I was not just furious at the decisions that they made. I was disappointed. Because after coming off of Home Alone 5, which, let's be fair, is really not that bad of a movie, I was expecting a lot more, especially when you consider that Disney was behind this. But it turns out, because Disney was behind this, it somehow made it worse, because they had to make the villains of the story sympathetic. In fact, this movie doesn't even have a villain. It's not Home Alone. I'm sorry, this is not Home Alone. And you know what? I actually feel sorry for the kid who played Max, because this film will stain his resume for as long as he lives. I give him my best wishes, and I hope he's still able to find work after this piece of shit. The final verdict for this movie is a 0! A 0 out of 10! Terrible movie. To the point where I'm actually considering suing Disney for false advertising by putting the kid on the front poster. But the kid is not even the main character. And now, I don't want to watch Home Alone 1 this year because it gives me PTSD from having to watch this piece of shit. Shame on you, Disney. I hope you go bankrupt. Easily, not only the worst Home Alone movie, not just the worst Christmas movie, but the worst movie I have ever seen in my whole life. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to go to therapy after seeing this shit. Oh yeah, and Merry Christmas.